welcome to the 5th installment of the MasterBit Weekly Workshop. I'm Jason, and today we're going to be walking you through installing Ubuntu 14.04 on your newly renovated laptop. So let's get to it. Now, once you've downloaded the two pieces of software you need, the universal USB installer and the image for the Linux, you have to run the universal USB installer. Get that out of the way. Choose Ubuntu from the list and then browse to wherever you saved your image. I saved mine on the on the desktop to make it easy for me, and then choose your flash drive, but be very certain you chose the right drive, because if you go the wrong one it'll be formatted and you'll lose the data on it. So I like to go down to my computer and just double check that it's the right one. There we go, N drive. So it's definitely the right one. Click on to format and then create. I've sped this footage up, but it does happen pretty quickly. Okay, there we go. Now just safely eject the drive from Windows, and then we're good to start installing. Here we can just choose the USB device. When you're choosing this startup method, it'll be different for each computer, but it's usually F1, F2, F12, F8, one of those keys to bring up the boot menu. And then I always like to try the Ubuntu without installing, because then you know that your desktop is functional. If you just go straight to the install, you can sometimes miss out on hardware drivers. It's booting. So I've got a fully functional desktop here, and this is on a Pentium 4 3.2 GHz with 1 gig of RAM and an 80 gig hard drive out of a very old laptop, the same one that I upgraded to an SSD. Unfortunately, because I did that, I didn't have an SSD to put in this one. But anyway, just clicking on the correct language for your install. This particular time I wasn't connected to the internet, so it gave me a warning, but that's fine. If you want to put Ubuntu as the standalone only operating system, then just click Erase, as I did. Choose your location, and again with a language and keyboard, and then just choose a username and a password. I just did spare and put the password as password. That's why it says weak password, but it's only for a demonstration. I won't be using this desktop. Once you get both hard passwords the same, you can go through and do this. Loading. Again, I sped this up so I didn't have to wait. But then you just click on Restart Now, and you're ready to go with your new system. Mind you, out of the box, Ubuntu is great, but there's a lot of things that won't function until you install some extra software. But I'll show you how to do that once this reboots. Yeah, like I said, this is running off an old 80 gig hard drive out of an old laptop from 2006, so it's rather slow, so everything takes a while to load. Just put in my password again, which is good because you don't want to be able to change things on your computer without proper authorization. So Linux is great for that. I'm just reloading and marking all the upgrades because that's the way to make sure that you've got the latest and greatest software on there, and it's all done for you. A couple of things you need to install: VLC, because it's brilliant, and then Chromium browser, which is also brilliant. And if I can spell, it'll be fine. Okay, there we go. Chromium. I already installed it, but I can just click on mark for reinstallation, so you know what I'm talking about. And lastly, we want to install the restricted extras I spoke about before. Once you install this, there's nothing that Ubuntu can't play. Codecs are a real bugger for free software. Apply. And just I sped that up again just to slow down the lag. Alright. Another thing you need to check, and I'm going to do a demonstration of it later, is your drivers, because you want Compiz to be really good. Compiz is like a 3D rendering desktop thing. Can't even think of the name of it now, but it's like a window manager, but it's running underneath Unity, so you can do really nice special effects on your hard drive, on your computer. And in order to do so, you have to have 3D acceleration. Novo's not too bad, but if you're using NVIDIA binary drivers, the performance is a lot greater. So we did that. Again, enter the password, because you can't do anything without a password. It's good security practice. Now restart the computer. So close, and then restart. Okay, restarted. Now I want to install some little programs to change the Compiz settings manually. So just search for Compiz. And install the Compiz configs setting manager. Actually, I'll apply it, but I need to install the extras as well, so I'll do that after. Again, search for Compiz and install the Compiz plugins extra. And then you've got all the eye candy that you want accessible in the Compiz settings manager. Apply, wait, sped up nicely. And now run the Compiz settings manager. Just ignore that warning. We're not going to change much. There are conflicts that can arise, and you'll see it when I click on wobbly windows. You have to disable snapping windows, and then the computer chucks a spaz for a moment, and then when it reloads, there we go. You've got wobbly windows. Watch this. Whoa! And it snaps as well, so you just choose the side of the screen or the top of the screen, and it just snaps into place and gives a little wobble. I think it's really cool. After all that, we have a fully functioning Ubuntu desktop system running on your PC. So now all you need to do is whatever it is you do on your computer. So, if you like this video, click like. If you really liked it, click subscribe, and we'll see you next week. Bye.